Hello, Quizheads. Welcome to Takeaway Trivia, episode number 193. I'm Leon, your pub quizmaster from Hereford UK, bringing you another 4 rounds of pub quiz-style trivia straight into your ears. It's been a busy week for me. I'm part of the team that broadcasts on Sunshine Radio, which is a local independent commercial radio station here in the UK, one of the last true independents remaining. We broadcast to Monmouthshire, Herefordshire, Shropshire, Worcestershire and even Gloucestershire. So I'm quite proud to be working on it. And one of the things we do every year is we get involved in the Christmas lights switch on in Hereford. So that took place last weekend. So quite busy doing that. Was lucky enough to work alongside 90s band Let Loose, who have reformed. They did an amazing set. Real nice guys. And X Factor winner Matt Terry, really nice guy, also did a fantastic set. And it was a great event. So exciting times, but busy times. So this week's been a bit more chilled and I'm quite enjoying just having a relaxing weekend. Hope you are too. Right, let's crack on with the inbox because it was quite a busy one this week. You'll see why in a few minutes. First of all, a few shout outs. First off, hello to Charles, who's from Montreal in Canada, currently travelling through New Zealand with some of his friends. He wanted to give them a shout out. Jeremy, Courtney, Sarah and Helen. Hello. Bridget Marison says, hi, it's my friend Maddie's birthday. Any chance of a birthday message from you? Of course, Bridget. Hello to you. And Maddie, have an awesome 21st birthday. Lisa Bunny says, please can you say a massive happy birthday to my kind and caring partner Ben Timms. He often pauses to let me answer questions in the podcast first. If it's one, I'll know. His birthday is 2nd of December. Have a great birthday next weekend, Ben. Have a good one. And Lisa, thank you for getting in touch. Luke Elkins from Melbourne in Australia says, could you give a shout out to my wife Jocelyn on her 28th birthday this week? Jocelyn, happy birthday. And Sam Walker says, please wish my fiancée Lauren a happy birthday for the 27th of November. Lauren, have a good one. Now, my inbox wept this week, all because of a question in last week's podcast. Fire the jingle.
Correction section.
Oh yes, the correction section. So hello to Michael Harmstone, Hannah Wilmot and Ross, Ian Skeet on the treadmill, Liz Wallaker, Neil Wilson from Glasgow, and the return of Pigman and Puzzler still in the sauna. Hello to all you and a few others who got in touch. I asked you what letter would be on the hot tap in France. Oh, messed up, didn't I? I got them mixed up. It should be the letter C, not the letter F. So I said last week it was F. F stands for froid, which is actually cold. I messed up there. It should have been chaud, which is French for hot. I hope I pronounced that correctly, French people. So thank you to everyone who got in touch. The answer is definitely C. There we go. Whew. Right, on to this week's quiz. Coming up, we got the final fling. We'll be playing Clued Up and we've got a round of Wipeout. That's a tricky little thing, isn't it? But first of all, let's plunge into your general knowledge. Good luck. That's enough waffling on about the correction section. You've come here for questions, haven't you? Lots of them. So let's get underway. Round number 1 is your general knowledge round. Question number 1. What is the name of Dolly Parton's theme park? Question number 1. What is the name of Dolly Parton's theme park? Number 2. Members of the National Association of Licensed Door Supervisors are more commonly known by what name? So number 2, members of the National Association of Licensed Door Supervisors are commonly known by what name? Basically, if you want to get in somewhere here in the UK, you'd have to go past one. What is it? At number 3, what does HB mean on a pencil? Question 3, what does HB mean on a pencil? This is going to sound very Alan Partridge, but this summer I went to a pencil museum. That sounds like the most boring thing on the planet. It was actually really interesting. If you're ever in Keswick in Cumbria, go and check it out. Number 4, how many legs does a scorpion have? Question 4, how many legs does a scorpion have? 5, what is a male goose called? Number 5, what is a male goose called? Number 6, what is the name of a bicycle designed for 2 riders? Question number 6, what is the name of a bicycle designed for 2 riders, usually sitting one behind the other? Number 7, a marmoset is what type of animal? Question 7, a marmoset is what type of animal? Number 8, who made the Gettysburg Address in 1863? Number 8, who made the Gettysburg Address in 1863? Number 9, Eric Cartman is a character in which cartoon series? Question number 9, Eric Cartman is a character in which cartoon series? Number 10, which US president wrote the book The Art of the Deal? Number 10, which US president wrote the book The Art of the Deal? And that's it. That's your first 10 questions. It wasn't too bad, was it? We're underway, and I'll have the answers for those questions after round number 2, which is after this quick break. So you want to build a podcast? Spotify's got a platform that lets you make one super easy, then distribute it everywhere and even earn cash, all in one place for free. It's called Spotify for Podcasters, and here's how it works. Spotify for Podcasters lets you record and edit podcasts right from your phone or computer, so no matter what your setup's like, you can start creating now. Then you can distribute your podcast to Spotify and everywhere else where podcasts are heard. Video podcasts are even available on Spotify. With Spotify for Podcasters, you can earn money in a variety of ways, including ads and podcast subscriptions. And best of all, it's totally free with no catch. When I started doing podcasts, I had absolutely no experience. So I find the user interface guiding you through the process of building the podcast really simple. I highly recommend you give it a try. Download the Spotify for Podcasters app or go to www.spotify.com/podcasters to get started. That's spotify.com/podcasters. Back to the quiz. Welcome back to Takeaway Trivia. We continue with round number 2, another 10 questions of general knowledge. Although it's not so easy this time because this is a wipeout round. If you get one question wrong, you have to score yourself 0. That's it, you're done. You are allowed to pass by leaving an answer blank, but like I said, get a question wrong and you're out of the game for this round. Question number 1. Is a bassoon a brass or woodwind instrument? Number 1. Is a bassoon brass or woodwind? Question number 2. Glaucoma affects which part of the human body? Number 2. Glaucoma affects which part of the human body? Number 3. What is the 4th letter of the Greek alphabet? Question number 3. What is the 4th letter of the Greek alphabet? Number 4. How many points does a conversion score in rugby union? So number 4. How many points does a conversion score in rugby union? Number 5. The resort of Falaraki is on which Greek island? Number 5. The resort of Falaraki is on which Greek island? You've been there, haven't you, Mark? Any good memories? No. Oh, all right. Sorry, people of Falaraki. Mark didn't like it there. Why not? He's just shrugging. Number 6. A pea super is which type of weather condition? And number 6, a pea super is which type of weather condition? Number 7, during the US 1920s prohibition, what was the name given to an illegal drinking place? Question 7, during the US 1920s prohibition, what was the name given to an illegal drinking establishment? Number 8, which Southeast Asian country is named after the King of Spain and husband of Queen Mary I of England? Number 8, which Southeast Asian country is named after the King of Spain and husband of Queen Mary I of England? Number 9, in the comic books, what is the name of Asterix's best friend? Question 9, in the comic books, what is the name of the best friend to Asterix? And number 10, in medicine, what does the term stat mean? You've heard it on ER, on Casualty, on Grey's Anatomy. So number 10, in medicine, what does the term stat mean? That's your 10 questions on the Wipeout round. Don't forget, if you get just one wrong, you have to score yourself 0 on that round. It's a bit of a gamble, isn't it? Let's see how you did on the slightly friendlier and more huggable general knowledge. There's no getting 0 marks in this round. Number 1, what is the name of Dolly Parton's theme park? It's Dollywood. That's somewhere I really want to go. I love roller coasters. I've said it before on the podcast. Dollywood looks fantastic. Number 2, members of the National Association of Licensed Door Supervisors are known by what common term? Bouncers. They're called bouncers here in the UK. Is that an international thing? I guess it's just security, isn't it, elsewhere? I don't know. Number 3, what does HB mean on a pencil? Hard black. Number 4, how many legs does a scorpion have? 8. Number 5, what is a male goose called? A gander. 6, what is a bicycle called with seats and pedals for 2 riders? That is a tandem. 7, a marmoset is what type of animal? Monkey. 8, who made the Gettysburg Address in 1863? Abraham Lincoln. 9, Eric Cartman is a character in which cartoon series? South Park. What a great series. And number 10, which US president wrote the book The Art of the Deal? Donald Trump. That's your 10 questions on general knowledge answers done. I'll have the answers to Wipeout after round 3. For round number 3 of this week's Takeaway Trivia, it's the return of Clued Up. 5 clues to the identity of a mystery celebrity, and you have to identify them as quick as you can. Clue number 1 is worth 10 points, clue 2 is worth 8 points, and we keep playing until clue number 5, which is worth just 2 points. This round relies on your honesty of awarding yourself the value of the points for when you guessed it right. You're only cheating yourself if you pretend you got it on clue 1. With that in mind, here is clue number 1. I was born in London in 1972 to a Jewish family, the daughter of Eve Pollard, former editor of the Sunday Express, and Barry, former publisher of the Times Atlas of the World. My parents divorced when I was 3. Who am I? So clue number 1 for 10 points. I was born in London in 1972 to a Jewish family. The daughter of Eve Pollard, former editor of the Sunday Express, and Barry, former publisher of the Times Atlas of the World. My parents divorced when I was 3. Who am I? Clue number 2 for 8 points. I loved television and travel, so was happy to get my first major job reporting for the BBC travel series. In the early 2000s, my TV career included the daily BBC Three entertainment show Liquid News and hosting the daily updates to BBC's Fame Academy. Clue number 2 for 8 points. I loved TV and travel, so I was happy to get my first major job reporting for the BBC travel series. In the early 2000s, my TV career included the daily BBC Three entertainment show, Liquid News, and hosting the daily updates to BBC's Fame Academy. It was a classic reality show. from back in the 2000s. Who is it? Your third clue is worth 6 points. After successfully hosting Sky's coverage of the Oscars in 2010, I was hired to replace Jonathan Ross on the BBC's film show. I was also a guest on Channel 4's Big Fat Quiz of the Year. Who am I? So for 6 points, after successfully hosting Sky's coverage of the Oscars back in 2010, I was hired to replace Jonathan Ross on the BBC's film show. I was also a guest on Channel 4's Big Fat Quiz of the Year. Who am I? Clue 4 for 4 points. In 2014, the UK government tightened the flame-retardant standards of Halloween costumes after my daughter was seriously injured by her Halloween outfit catching fire. Who am I? Clue number 4 for 4 points. In 2014, the UK government tightened the flame-retardant standards of Halloween costumes after my daughter was sadly seriously injured by her outfit catching fire. Who am I? And finally, clue number 5 is worth 2 points if you haven't already got it yet. After becoming a household name through presenting Strictly Come Dancing It Takes Two, I was promoted to co-host of the main show alongside Tess Daly following Bruce Forsyth's departure. Who am I? So clue 5 for 2 points. After becoming a household name by presenting Strictly Come Dancing It Takes Two, I was promoted to the co-host of the main Strictly Come Dancing show alongside Tess Daly following Bruce Forsyth's departure. Who am I? And there you go, that's your 5 clues for Clued Up. Pause the podcast if you're still pondering it, but we'll take a look back to the Wipeout round. Here's your answers to that. Number 1, is a bassoon a brass or a woodwind instrument? It's woodwind. Number 2, glaucoma affects which part of the human body? Eyes. 3, what is the 4th letter of the Greek alphabet? It's delta. 4, how many points does a conversion score in rugby union? 2. Number 5, the resort of Falaraki is on which Greek island? Rhodes. 6, a pea super is which type of weather condition? Fog. 7, during the US 1920s prohibition, what was the name given to an illegal drinking place? A speakeasy. Number 8, which Southeast Asian country is named after the King of Spain and also husband of Queen Mary I of England? It's the Philippines, named after Philip. Number 9, in the comic books, what is the name of Asterix's best friend? Obelix. And number 10, in medicine, what does the term stat mean? It's straight away or immediately. That's your 10 answers to Wipeout. Don't forget, if you got one wrong, score yourself 0 in that round. Sorry. Back to Clued Up, you had 5 clues. A daughter of a Jewish family. Her father was publisher of the Times Atlas of the World. Her mother, former editor of the Sunday Express. She reported on Liquid News. She was in charge of Sky's coverage of the Oscars. Took over from Jonathan Ross on the film show. And became host of Strictly Come Dancing. Who am I looking for? Claudia Winkleman. Well done if you got that right. Okay, all the answers done. Steel yourself, because we're going to take the plunge into the final fling. And so we arrive at the final round for this week's Takeaway Trivia. The final fling, 15 questions of a slightly harder standard, I reckon, than the rest of the podcast. Good luck. Number 1, what kind of clay oven is used to make Indian dishes like naan and chicken tikka? So number 1, what kind of clay oven is used to make Indian dishes like naan and chicken tikka? Oh, my mouth's watering already. Number 2, for which sport is Wayne Gretzky famous? Question 2, for which sport is Wayne Gretzky famous? Number 3, whose bodyguards were known as the Memphis Mafia? Question 3. Whose bodyguards were known as the Memphis Mafia? Number 4. Who has a man married if he is in a sororate marriage? That's S-O-R-O-R-A-T-E. So number 4. Who has a man married if he is in a sororate marriage? Number 4. What is the name of the cartoon character Dora the Explorer's monkey? Number 5. What was the name of Dora the Explorer's monkey? 6. What does IQ stand for? Number 6. What does IQ stand for? Number 7. In which year was the first Glastonbury Festival? Question 7. In which year was the first Glastonbury Festival? Number 8. In the British Army, what name is given to the senior soldier who supervises stores and distributes supplies and provisions? Number 8. In the British Army, what name is given to the senior soldier who supervises stores and distributes supplies and provisions? Number 9. What was Doctor Strange's job before becoming a superhero? Question 9. What was Doctor Strange's job before becoming a superhero? Number 10. What is the more common name for the fruit Citrus grandis? Question 10. What is the more common name for the fruit Citrus grandis? 11. What does HSBC stand for? Number 11. What does HSBC stand for? We're talking banking there, an international banking chain. What do the letters of their name stand for? Number 12. South America consists of how many sovereign states? Number 12. South America consists of how many sovereign states? Number 13. Simon Pegg shot to fame after writing and starring in which Channel 4 sitcom? So number 13. Simon Pegg shot to fame after writing and starring in which Channel 4 sitcom here in the UK? Number 14. Lindenstrasse, which is the setting of one of Germany's most popular soap operas. It's a fictional area of which city? Question 14. Lindenstrasse is the setting of one of Germany's most popular soap operas, but it's the fictional area of which city? And number 15. What is August's birthstone? Number 15. What is August's birthstone? There you go, your 15 questions on the final fling. I reckon that's a tough one this week. If you've done well, give yourself a pat on the back. Feel free to pause the podcast because I'm about to do the answers. The answers then to the final fling. You ready? Number 1. What kind of clay oven is used to make Indian dishes like naan and chicken tikka? That's a tandoor oven. Unlike ice cream where you'd use a cart door oven. Number 2, for which sport is Wayne Gretzky famous? That's ice hockey. Number 3, whose bodyguards were known as the Memphis Mafia? Elvis Presley's. Number 4, who has a man married if he is in a sororate marriage? His former wife's sister. Number 5, what is the name of the cartoon character Dora the Explorer's pet monkey? Boots. 6, what does IQ stand for? Intelligence quotient. Number 7, in what year was the first Glastonbury? 1970. 8. In the British Army, what name is given to the senior soldier who supervises stores and distributes supplies and provisions? The quartermaster, which is why in James Bond, the guy that gives Bond all the weapons is called Q. Number 9. What was Doctor Strange's job before becoming a superhero? He was a surgeon. Number 10. What is the more common name for the fruit Citrus grandis? Grapefruit. Number 11. What does HSBC stand for? Hong Kong and Shanghai Banking Corporation. Number 12. South America consists of how many sovereign states? 12. That was a clue in the question. Number 13. Simon Pegg shot to fame after writing and starring in which Channel 4 sitcom? Spaced. Number 14. Lindenstrasse is the setting of one of Germany's most popular soap operas, and it's a fictional area of which city? Munich. Finally, number 15. What is August's birthstone? I think it's Peridot? It might be Peridot, but it's spelt Peridot. Well done if you got it right anyway. That's it. That's takeaway trivia for this week. Hope it's been a kind quiz for you and you've achieved your personal best, or close to it anyway. Thank you for playing. It's been a pleasure to be a quizmaster. Hope you've enjoyed those questions, and I'll be back with another batch of questions at the same time next week. So don't forget to like, subscribe and follow this podcast wherever you listen to it, so it's delivered straight to your device every Monday. And don't forget to check out YouTube if you like. We're also on there, youtube.com/@takeawaytrivia. I'm going to leave you with one final tat fact. Did you know that popcorn is one of the healthiest snacks? It builds bone, muscle, tissue, aids digestion, and apparently is good for the teeth. Unless you get one of those really crunchy bits in the bottom of the bag when you've microwaved it. Not good. Right, I'm off to do my Christmas shopping. Have a great week, have a safe week, and we'll quiz again soon. Take care. Hope you enjoyed playing this week's Takeaway Trivia. Don't forget, we're now available wherever you get your podcasts. So please subscribe, rate and review to help this podcast grow. Also, if there's anything you'd like to be tested on, any subjects you'd like to hear in the quiz, please get in touch. You can follow us on Facebook at facebook.com/takeawaytrivia or on Twitter at BarWars. Speak to you soon. The intro music is There It Is by Kevin MacLeod, available from incompetech.filmmusic.io, licensed by creativecommons.org.